Hi there everybody, Ollie here, aka Secret Nimbus here with another episode of Test Pack Please Ignore 2. So at the end of my last episode I had been setting up my combustion generators over here, which are now generating a nice 60 redstone flux per tick. So we're looking at about 600 RF per tick, so nowhere near my big reactors, but just a fun little build just to kill some time. Now for this episode what I want to do is a little bit of automation. So I'm thinking of trying to automate my production of the purified quartzes. So basically I need to look at dumping things in this chest to actually automate things. So let's get started with that. So first things first, I'm going to need some ME conduits. Have I already got them in the recipe here? Let me have a quick look. ME conduit. No, I do not. So maybe look at setting up the auto crafting recipes for them would probably be a good idea first. So if we clear you out. So in terms of ME conduit, we need quartz fiber, which is going to be Certus quartz. Yep, that all looks good to me. We're now out of blank patterns, so let's go craft up a few more of them. So let's do blank patterns. I've got one in the system already, but let's craft up a few more. Hit start. Okay, there we go. Grand. What am I missing? Nothing. Okay, did I only do 4? I must have only done 4. My brain's gone completely squiffy already. Oh, God's sake, it always helps if I don't shift-click them directly into the ME system rather than putting them in there. Okay, so we've done quartz fiber. Let's make sure I didn't already have quartz fiber in there. I already have quartz fiber in there. Okay, never mind. So let me clear you out, put you back. Okay, so quartz fiber is already in the recipe. We then need fluix crystals. So we'll encode the conduits first of all. We also need conduit binder, which I think is just part of the system. So we've got 54 in there. I'm going to need to craft up some more conduit binders. So let me do the binder composite like so. Okay, that's only doing 8 at a time, so that's not very efficient, apparently. So let me dump you, oops a daisy, let me dump you in here, get you out of there even, sorry. We need binder composite, so this is what I'm looking for. We'll grab 3 stacks and then smelt them up. So if we go over to here, 1, 2, 3, they should all smelt up once it sorts itself out. There we go. That's just going to make some more conduit binder. I will have to come up with a way of automating that at some point, but that's for another episode. Where were we? So conduit binder, more of it is on the way. Okay, you're done. Flux crystals. Now, we're going to have to automate them as well, but how much flux crystals have I got at the moment? I've got 48, but so if we get quartz, how much have I got? So I think I need charged Certus quartz, I need redstone, and I need, how do I make it again? God, my brain's gone fuzzy. Nether quartz, right, okay. So let me grab some nether quartz, like so. We want to go over to the one over here. Yeah, we'll actually leave you on now because I'm going to need you on at all times. Let me just drop you in there. You'll go in, and then you'll come back out again as flux crystals. Perfect, thank you for that. Right, so we can drop you back in the system. Let me also put the conduit recipe into there. There we go. We also then need dense ME conduit. Let's encode you as well. Right, so that's all done. So we've got fluix crystals and pure fluix crystals. I will probably do this with just fluix crystals, or do I want to do it with pure? Maybe I should actually do the pattern with pure. Might actually be better, so let me clear you out for a second. Let's do it with pure, just because you get twice as much, you basically use half as much flux crystal that way, if that makes sense. I'm sure it does. So that is you in the system, so let me go back to fluix. How are we doing for that? Let me grab half a stack of you. We need some, how much flux powder have I got? Only 29, okay, so we need some sand as well. So what I'm going to need to do is, first of all, grab the pulverizer. So I'm going to need some pulverizers as well, so I may as well craft them up. So let me grab some pulverizers. I'm going to need at least 3 of these, I think. So let me make 6 like so. 1, 2, 3. We should have plenty of... do I already have machine frames in the system, or is it only just the tin gears I've got in the system. I think it's just tin gears I've got in the system. Okay, that's cool. And I should already have pistons, I think. There we go. 1, 2, and 3 pulverizers for later on. Excellent. How you doing? Okay, the Fluix dust is done, so we can then combine you together, and we get a whole stack of what's the word I'm looking for? Fluix seeds, which will then process up and then be dumped back into the chest, which is cool. Okay, put you away. Next thing we need to do is actually make some conduits. So let me go into here. So let me get the ME conduits and the dense ME conduits out. So I'm going to need about 20 of these if it will do it. What am I missing? Pure Fluix crystals. I'm missing 12. Right, okay, so we obviously got to wait for this to finish. So let me just have a quick peek. How they doing? Not particularly great. Let me go back to the hub. So if we go to conduit, oops-a-daisy, go to dense ME conduit. Let's just make 10 for now. Can we do that? That craft? Oh, yep, I think it's craft. No, let me... Okay, so I'm still missing some pure Fluix crystals for that. So this is why I need to keep a constant amount in the system for doing this kind of thing, which is why they're growing, just not growing fast enough. But I think what's going to happen is we're going to want to get the pulverizers set up over here somewhere. So let me get some energy. There we go. Enhanced energy conduits, that's what I'm looking for. Come on, select it, damn it. My scroll wheel is playing up. I've actually just got a cheap mouse and I just don't think it's very good, so I might have to replace it at some point. But let me build some energy conduits around here. We're also going to need what they called facades. There we go. Going to need to make some more of these up at some point, but we'll get around to that later. Let's cover you up for now. Grand. Back over to the hub. Can drop you off. So in terms of the pulverizers, how am I going to set these up? So I think I want something similar to this setup. So let me grab some covers. There we go. Glass covers will be fine. Go over to processing. What we can then do is do 1, 2, and 3 like so, and then just drop down a glass cover in between each of them. There we go, perfect. So that'll allow me to then just branch off the oops-a-daisy. I'm going to need some more facades here eventually, I think, but we'll cover it up later on. So the ME conduits will basically, the dense ME conduits will run parallel to the power system, I think, and then just kind of branch off up to there using ordinary ME cables. So how are those crystals doing over there? Let me have a quick look. They're all done, perfect. So let me drop you into here. So we need conduit. There we go. Dense ME conduit. Some of them are already done apparently. Let me do can I do 20? There we go. Oh, they're just ME conduits. I didn't want ME conduits, I want dense ME conduits. There we go. So I made 2. What am I missing? Okay, so it's just crafting up the ME conduits first, I see. Right. So let me go back to ME conduit. There we go, it's crafting up the dense ones. We want quite a few of these, so I'm also going... I don't think I need really ME conduits, because I will use bog standard ME cables. So if we go for cable, they should be in the system. Ah, we've already got some. Perfect. Don't even need to craft them up. So let's get going with the dense ME cables. So let me have a quick look at where everything is. So I might need to make myself another one of these ME controllers. But if I dig underneath here, like so, and then where is this going to go? So I'm just trying to match this up. So if we build you out this way, oops, is that facade? That is a facade there. Right, okay, so my dense ME conduit is going to come out the... That's not going to work as well as I was anticipating. Let me make another ME controller. ME controller. There we go, perfect. So I can simply just plonk you down there, like so. And then start to connect up from the bottom. I don't really want it connecting up to there, but I suppose I could just yeet-a-wrench you. There we go, perfect, that's exactly what I wanted. That shouldn't connect up, which it has not, so we can start working our way around this way. Here we go, so this will join up around here somewhere. It's connecting the dots. Is that all connected up? It looks like it. We need to go into here. Marvellous. Let's go around the outside. So where have we got to so far? So we've got around to here. Okay, so I'm just watching how many conduits I'm using here. I think I want to make some more Fluix cables before too long. So these two will come to there. Just need to make sure that I've fully connected up from one side. So a quick flick round. So is that? Am I missing one? Yes, I am. Nope, that's not it. That's where I was missing one. Oops a daisy. I'm trying to wrench you up and it's not working. Come on, game. Come on, what is going on with this silly thing? Right, I don't want to lose you because you're expensive, so let me... Oh, apparently I've got some wood down here. Let me grab you. Eat an apple while I'm at it as well. Okay, so I think all of that is now connected. Let me just double check. Where the hell is it? Oh yeah, always got to go like that, haven't I? So yeah, that all looks fine to me. Okay, cool. So that's that bit connected up. Let's try and get back up to the top. Marvellous. Right, so we need to facade you up. Here we go. Perfect, all covered up. Marvellous. So next we're going to need some, what are they called? Brain's gone fuzzy here. We need level emitters. Do I have any spare? Got one ME level emitter spare, so ME level emitter. Let's make a couple more. 1, 2. Perfect. What else am I going to need? Need some ME export buses, so we need 3 of these. Oops a daisy. That was weird. ME export bus, and we need some ME import buses. Oops a daisy, I need 3 of you. I'm missing pistons. Right, let me make some more pistons, which I can do real quick. Let's make a stack, because they're not exactly expensive. So ME... I've got export, so I need import as well. There we go, all done. ME import bus, ME export bus. So what we need to do now is... let me remember how to do this. So I need to have ME level emitters pointing not that way. There we go. I wish there was a way you could just like flip these round, but oops, I do not want to throw them on the floor. So that's not how I wanted that to go either. So maybe I have to, if I rent... Oh, that was a really weird accent I was putting on there for a second. That's not how I wanted that to go either. How do I get these to orientate again? I honestly can't remember. I wish there was a way of just like flipping them, but there isn't. So let me put the pulverizer back. Okay, I think I remember how to do it now. Let me put down the export bus and import buses. So if we flip you all round, actually. So if we flip you round, there we go. Let me make sure that the configuration is correct as well. So I want input at the top, I think. No, I want input on the side and output at the top. So if we shift click U, input from the side, output from the top. Oops a daisy, that's not where I wanted that to go either. Make sure that's orange, so anything gets exported just to be on the safe side. So input from the side, output from the top. Perfect. Right, so if we then have export bus, export bus, export bus. Oops a daisy, getting a little bit of lag there. Weird. That's not what I wanted either. Wrench you up. That's not what I wanted either. How the hell do I do this again? Oh god, these level emitters are bane of my life now. They used to be so simple, level emitters, and they've just gone like really kind of annoying. Nope, that's not it either. Maybe it's I have to put the ME cable down. Can I do that? So that should all go down. Then nope, that's not it either. Oh, unless it's where I have to actually, what's the word I'm looking for? Wrench you up. Oops a daisy. Oh, that's fine. Ah, that's how you do it. Okay, I remember now. I have to get the ME cabling down first, like so. Then I have to connect all you up. Perfect. There we go. So none of these are connected up. They're only connected up from that channel. So we've got 3 channels going into that side, 3 channels going into that one. Then we need the import buses. And then connect all them up. I will be right back, everybody. Just got to go do something. Okay, guys. Sorry about that. But where were we? So we've got all them hooked up. So I probably want to drop an ME cable down there. Device missing channel. What do you mean missing channel? That should all be perfectly fine, unless I've got too many somewhere. Just trying to figure. Oh no, they're all adjusted now. Okay, that's fine. Cool. So what we need to do is go and get some pulverized. That music is really loud. Let me go to music and sound settings. It should be good down low. Maybe it's just got my master volume turned up quite loud. It sounds weird, but we need quartz now. So I'm going to need Certus quartz, nether quartz, and Fluix. There we go, Fluix crystals, and then we also need Fluix dust. And we also need quartz dust, don't we? So quartz and what else am I going to need? Oh yeah, I also need to pulverize up some nether quartz, which we can do real quick. So let's just drop it into here. There we go. Okay, grand. So let's pop over to here. Oops, a daisy. Okay, so next thing we need to do is so the export bus needs to go now. Oh yeah, I'm going to need a redstone card, aren't I? Oops, a daisy. Let's disable you for a second, as I just realised that's just going to start exporting quartz willy-nilly. But what we need first of all is a redstone card. Do I have one? Apparently not, so let's make some. So we need to make some, oops a daisy, some basic cards first. There we go. 3 redstone cards, perfect. Right, so let's drop them into one into there, one into there, and finally one into there. Right, so for the level emitters, we want to say quartz, and then we want to emit when levels are below 64. Yep. So when it gets below 64, it'll emit a signal. It will start exporting quartz, which is what we want. So in terms of this one, we want this active with signal, I think. So emit when level. Yep. So that's perfect. So then I can put in Certus quartz. So that should then start exporting Certus quartz when I'm ready. In terms of the nether quartz, if I put you in there, what I want is emit when levels are below limit, and have this one at like just 10, because you don't really need that much pure nether quartz, so I only want a small amount being turned into nether quartz dust. So if I just have that like so, and then have that active with signal and nether quartz, so that will export nether quartz, I think, but only until there's 10 in the system. So is that working? It exported once, but then didn't do anything else. Unless I've already got some in the system. Maybe I already have some in the system. And then finally, we want the Fluix one. So if we put you in there, have this one. So again, we want 64 being maintained in the system. And then have it when levels are below 64, it'll emit a signal. We want this one active with signal. And again, we want Fluix into there. Oops a daisy. That Fluix dust went flying. Is that right? No, we want, sorry, wrong one. Ah, where's my Fluix dust gone? It's there. There we go. So that will actually stop now, I think. Okay, so when that active with signal. Okay, so I think that's just going to pulverize up. Let me just go double check how much Fluix dust and everything I've got in the system. So if we have a look at quartz, no, for some reason the nether quartz stopped, and I have no idea why. Let me go double check that in a second, but and then Fluix, so we've only got 46, so yeah, that's still going up, which is what we want. For some reason the nether quartz one has stopped, so emit when levels are below limit, so when they're below 10 it should activate. I don't get why it's not. Oh, that's because I've got nether quartz, not nether quartz dust. Let me have a quick look for dust. We want nether quartz dust. Always helps when you use the right thing in the level emitter, so that will now emit a signal. We got the right, yeah, we got the right one there, which is fine. So that will then just export that a few times. Looks like it's going fairly slow, so it should be able to maintain it quite nicely, which is cool. Okay, so next thing we need to do is figure out how we're going to then get So how many Fluix crystals have I got left? So Fluix, pure Fluix crystals. So I need some more. That is going up and up and up, and I have no idea why. We go double check why. So that should now be stopped. Okay, so it is stopped. I think it was literally just doing the last little bit. So that should be emitting a... Oh, yep, that should be fine. Let me just double check that it's still not going up. So let's go to dust. Yeah, that's fine now. It's stopped. It's maintaining, which is good. Okay, so next thing we need to do is... let me have a quick think. So how am I going to do this? So, oh, I think I know what I'm going to do. So what I'm going to need is is it an auto crafting table? No. Assembly table? That's not right either, is it? What auto crafting? So let me just look at crafting table. I want something that's basically going to auto craft. So I'm looking at recipes for. So we got workbench. Let me have a quick flick through. Because I used to use something on what was it on TestPack Please Ignore 1. I can't remember what the hell it's called. None of these. Not a drawing table. Not a recipe packager. Not a builder or a filler. Just having a quick look. I can't remember what it's called. Is it a crafter maybe? Powered auto crafter. Okay, so that's a powered one. So that's not very useful. Could do that with a cyclic assembler as well. Auto workbench. Ah, is that it? An auto workbench. Let me have a quick look at that. So auto workbench. So let's craft a few of these up. So we need some stone gears. So let's make up a few of these. There we go. So why isn't that working? Oh yeah, we need some crafting tables, don't we? 1, 2, and 3. There we go. Right. So auto workbench. Let me just have a quick look at this. So let me plonk it down. So so the idea I've got in terms of automating the production of the what's it called? The seeds themselves. So basically, I'm just going to take the control of the seeds away from here and do it using auto workbenches as well. So I'll have a particular recipe of going into the auto workbench, I think, which will then be used to. So I think this is going to work. Let me put this over here somewhere. So what I'm going to need is to have these auto workbenches somewhere near to here. I'm not entirely sure where. Maybe like here. That could work. So let me go and grab some more. I do have my dense conduits. I do have my dense conduits here. So I need to then figure out where I'm going to place these. So maybe it's worth having another ME controller. That's not what I wanted. ME controller. There we go. So what I'm thinking of doing is wrench you up, put down the ME controller here. There we go. So that will be disconnected for a second, but it should now be reconnected, which it is. So what I can then do is I'm going to need more dense ME conduit. So dense ME conduit. Can I make another 10? I should be able to. How's it doing? So it's just crafting the ME conduits first, and then crafting the dense ones. Oops, a daisy. How many did I make? I made 1. So let me make 9 more. There we go. So it should craft them up fairly quickly, which it is. Perfect. So I now need to get the dense ME conduits going along here instead. So up towards my what's what I'm looking for? Crafting. Now I don't know if there's a better way of doing long distances like this. I think there's something called like P2P tunnels, which I probably should learn about, but I'm not entirely sure how I use them. So I'm just going to stick to what I know at the moment and then maybe upgrade this later. So if anybody knows a better way of doing this, please let me know in the comments. So I think what we need to do now is start adding these on. So we need to dense ME conduit all the way. So I think I'm going to run out before I get there. Oops, they're just ME conduits. So you can see they're a different colour. So if I do dense ME conduit, can I do another 10? No, because I'm missing Fluix crystals. So we have a quick look at Fluix crystals. So yeah, so let me grab a stack of them and some sand. So we want to make like 2 stacks of. So that should then start. If I had any more Fluix crystals themselves, they would start been ground up. But what I also need to do is just export like the recipe for fluix crystals into here as well. So that's another thing I need to do. So what am I looking to do? Oh yeah, I need to put you and you in there. They'll then grow. Okay, so I can start getting this set up, I suppose, before the rest of these dense ME conduits are ready. How many can I actually make? Because I don't need that many more. Can I make 5? Nope, I can't even make 5. So how many more do I need to finish? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, so I don't need that many, but I just got to wait for those conduits to grow. Now, I might round up the episode here and then kind of come back to this in the next episode. So actually finish off this setup. So I've done the initial grinding of the powders, so I've actually got the dusts automated, but what I need to do next episode is actually start to automate the construction of the what's it called, construction of the seeds. So basically my idea is to more easily control this. I can have what's what I'm looking for? I can have a level emitter on each of these auto workbenches, which will then control so in terms of when the is that going to work? I don't know, but basically I can control the number of seeds being produced, so I can then have seeds going into here, have the seeds being constructed in here, and then having them automatically put into this chest. So as I kind of use them up, they can then be replenished using the auto workbench. Now I think this is going to work, but I'll have to wait and see. But I think we'll have a play around next episode. So I'm going to leave it here for now. As always, guys, don't forget to comment and like if you enjoyed the episode, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye.